So there's a brother suing McDonald's, one of the biggest, corporations out there that serve trash food because, McDonald's, that's what they serve. There's nothing about that is healthy whatsoever. They said this brother worked as a shift manager in a Kansas McDonald's. And this brother says that he had multiple requests, to ask the supervisor to remove him from working with a Mzungu coworker because he kept hearing him use racial slurs. And the company did nothing about it. So this brother, his name is Anthony Green. He's suing the fast food giant as saying franchisee for damages as they due to that and other instances of constant racial harassment. And he's definitely taking the right approach with that. You need to sue. Suing gets attention from corporations. They don't like their name out there too much. And usually corporations, if you got them dead to rights, they're going to want to settle with you. They're not going to go to trial and all of that because a lot of black people go to McDonald's all the time. So the brother has started, working as a shift manager at the McDonald's restaurant in January 2020 when he was 17 years old. And they said the next month he heard the Mzungu, he said, using the N-word, he said, at work per the lawsuit. Now, the brother reported the coworker in writing, he said, and told his supervisor about it. He said, who was the location's general manager? He said he requested not to be scheduled, he said, at the same time as that employee in the future. Now, see, if it was my McDonald's, I'm like, he said what? And then I want to find out what he said, and then he's gone. Because one thing you're not going to do, you're not going to sit up here, cause me to get sued, and mess up, the way I feed my family. Oh, no, you got to go. If you want to be a racist, no, you can't be here. Now, they said that they never moved him from off that shift from that other Mzungu coworker. And they say upon information, and believe McDonald's took no action at all about disciplining the employee or even warning him not to engage in further racially harassing behavior. Now, they said because of the lack of intervention from McDonald's, they said the lawsuit said the employee kept calling him and referred to him as boy. Now, we know where that comes from, right? They said according to the suit, they say even when he brought it up to the franchise owner, nothing was done. So this brother had to do right. He said they didn't pay him overtime pay at all. They altered his time card to where it looked like he worked fewer hours than he did. Okay, so he has filed also with the Kansas Human Rights Commission. He also said that this constant racial harassment made working at McDonald's too stressful. And said for me to handle, especially because it was apparent that McDonald's had done nothing to stop the harassment and was not interested in doing so. Now, some of you have dealt with things like that before, and then the reason why some of you don't want to report it because you worried about, man, I don't want to lose my job or, retaliation, all that. Listen, forget that job. Always report racism, white supremacy. Report, make sure if you can, get it on tape. That's the best way. Get it on tape, whether it's audio or video, preferably video. Get it on video, the person saying it. You understand what I'm saying? Once you get it on video, if you can, then you need to go to your supervisor and also call the Equal Opportunity Employment, Commission. Call them, make a complaint, give them all your evidence. So that way now they got to do something about it because you made a report basically with the federal government. So they're going to ask them, what are you going to do about this? Because this employee is saying racism. And they don't want to deal with, the federal government on a racism claim on the job. You got to do that, ladies and gentlemen. You got to do that. Don't let these people get away with that. Make that business owner have to pay a lawsuit for hiring that white supremacist. Because you were told about that, you did nothing about it. And then after you talk to the EOC, then this you do. Talk to an attorney. Talk to them as well. And say, look, I reported to my job. I filed a complaint, the EOC, and tell them I filed, a report, with the federal government. And I want to see how can I move forward. And then they'll let you know what you can do. Trust me, we as black people got to be in the habit of suing. A lot of y'all as black people are scared to sue. Don't be afraid to sue. Do that, because you can tie them up in the court so much that when they paying money, they got to change. If you think about all the black people on jobs right now that have dealt with some sort of racism, white supremacy, that you had a legitimate complaint, you had a lawsuit, but you just let it go because you just want to keep your job. You're not trying to cause too much trouble. Forget that. When they say the N-word, you causing me a trouble. You threatening my life. So I got to do something about it. Not only just for myself, but for the next black person that comes behind me. So ladies and gentlemen, always, always, always sue. Sue them, make your complaints, to the federal government, make your complaints and make that change. Because one thing we have to do as black people, we have to stop taking racism, because we can be in positions where we don't have to take it. As long as you're taking racism from people, they're going to do this. The white supremacist is a bully. They're going to continue to bully you until you stop them. So stop them from doing it. But, leave me a comment and let me know what you think about the situation with our young brother here that's taking them to court. I'm glad he's doing that. But there's many more y'all need to be suing these corporations as well. Thank you for watching, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store.
Make the most of your organic gardening experience with the world's first self-growing planter. All you do is add soil, seeds, or plants, and walk away for the rest of the year. Our planters will germinate your seeds and grow your plants. Torpedo Pot's microbial organic growing process is designed to give plants incredible texture, refreshing scent, beautiful colors, and delightful flavors. Torpedo Pot is fully automated and uses over 95% less water to grow a lot more nutritious food. Check out our website, www.torpedopot.com, and order yours today.